Nestled on the banks of the Hudson River, Michie Stadium. It will play host to some of the nation's finest today and another thrilling edition of Army football. What we have in store today, a clash between a pair of AAC squads. They're lining up to boot it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So the Army Black Knights offense will start this game off. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
Well, that's just on the defense. I'm sorry. Fullbacks are not supposed to be able to rip off big runs like that. The defense, they better do a better job tackling as this game goes on.
The back goes in motion. And the ball slipped out. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it.
Man, this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You can...
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And here comes the offense on second down. Back to throw, it's Bolden. Gets it out fast. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
On the option. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. Now on the option. He'll do it himself.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to throw. Trying to get to it. It's on target and complete. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Black Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the single back. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Holds and fires complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Went to the running game on first down, now second down. Dropping back, it's Bowers. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and I'll give him toughness points. He stood in there, stared down the barrel, got whacked, but I won't give him smarts points because he threw into double coverage. You got to make a better decision than that. So try not to get walloped, and definitely don't throw up into double coverage.
On third down, going up top. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. And nobody able to handle that punt, and they'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The option look. He'll pull it on the read. Oh, he got loose. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They'll run the option, and they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Now on 2nd down. He'll ride his man on the option. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
I like the play call, right? Quick hitting run play. You give it to the fullback. You're attacking the bubbles in that 3-4 defense. And nice job by the linebacker. He knew that was not going to be an easy tackle.
They'll run the option. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Touchdown, Army! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They are in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead to 8. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Dropping back, it's Bowers. Makes the grab down the middle. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Power football with the run. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Got him downfield. Open space at the 25. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
So close to cashing it in for this offense. Let's go. With the run on first and goal. Saunters into the end zone for a touchdown.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And here's the return. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
They'll go to the ground. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Black Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Here comes the offense onto the field again. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of it.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. To the air, it's Bowers. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots, and they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
This is a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They've got the screen set up. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. They bring the punter onto the field now. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. One step wrap, two step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in West Point for an entertaining first half than you? And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Blake Field inside Michie Stadium.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
It's so important in football that wide receiver and quarterback are on the same page. They're understanding where I got to get the first down. Great job understanding where that marker was. Great execution, first down.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Leaves it with the back. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Snares it outside. It's great. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
You know, there's a lot of receivers that would be scared running over the middle of the field on a slant throw like that with those linebackers hovering around in there and those safeties coming crashing down. Very brave play there by the slot receiver.
The give to the tailback. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Wants to throw. It's Bowers. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Tackled immediately after the catch. Here comes third and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Fires and picked off. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
Well, that was just like trying to run through a traffic jam. No place for the big fella to go.
Yeah, that's the whole key, Reese. You can't let the big fella get some steam. So you got to stop him in his tracks right away. The only way you do that is with penetration up front.
And this guy has some shiftiness to him, and he showed it off to the defense after picking up a few. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a third and long. He's looking to throw. Quarterback moving. Going to try to get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Nice scramble, unbelievable job after dropping back to pass and understanding the situation. And a nice heads-up play. Slide. Live to fight another down. Don't try to make a bigger play and run through somebody big and get yourself hurt.
He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Line getting set on second down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. The Black Knights are moving quickly down the field. On the option. He'll keep it himself. He'll toss it. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Black Knights.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Looking to throw, it's Bowers. They're working that left side. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They'll leave it with him. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just
He's got it and just sashays into the end zone for the touchdown. What a big play here as they try to tie it up with the 2 in the waning moments. To throw, it's Bowers. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, though.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
They'll go to the fullback. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. At midfield, he's got room. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. And the Black Knights enter the final minute with the lead. Running back goes in motion. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Timeout called by the defense. 23 seconds left on the clock. Situation like this late in the game, and the offense might be content just to barge right into the middle of that crowded run D. They'll try the run. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Fullback's got it. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. He's not going to make it, and they'll turn it over on downs, and we're going to have a fight to the finish.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down, and they give it back up now to their offense.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
One of the reasons this defense is so hard to move the football on, they've got a safety back there who's just reading the QB's eyes, and he's so athletic and so fast. He's able to break passes up, and right now, it's like he's just toying with the quarterback. He's inviting him to try and take some shots.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 10. Snares it with those big hands and strolls into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
When you dream of these scenarios, you never think the touchdown comes with 28 seconds left. It's always 3, 2, 1, horn, gun, ball game, and they got it done.
And that is heartbreaking for the defense as well, guys. They needed one stop, one big stop at a critical juncture of the game. And I know for them moving forward, that's a play they're not going to soon forget.
No, in ways I could have executed a little bit.
everyone, and welcome. We are surrounded by pageantry and tradition, and it's clear to see that college football will be at its best today. Today, two teams get set to square off in an intra-conference battle in the AAC. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. All right, guys, here's our first look at this offense today. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around him doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. Using the quick game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You could tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. And here comes the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. So Navy's offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
And now on second down for this offense. Here comes the option. Runs through a tackle. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
How do you not respect the big fellas? This doesn't take you back in the time machine to the days when a fullback was on the field every single play. Then you're missing out, because fullbacks are awesome. They're just low maintenance. They're not divas like wide receivers. They just block most of the time, don't say much. And then you give them the football, and occasionally you get some big plays like this, and they hit somebody so hard they got snot bubbles coming out of their nose.
I'll tell you guys, this fullback, he's not just a blocker. He can catch the football, and he can also run it, especially on third down. What a weapon.
The give to the big fullback. Offense gets set for second down. Goes to the option. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking for a man. It's Horvat. On the move and looking deep. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. He's going for a big play downfield. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them, and I bet you we'll plan to see a few more throughout this game.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Quickly complete. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. The give from the gun. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. On 2nd down, will they go back to the ground game? Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking downfield, it's Bowers. Makes the grab on the left. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. This offense has a 2nd down play. On the option. He'll pitch it. Makes his man miss. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. They'll try to pop the draw.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last week.
Right down the boulevard, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Navy will go back on the attack. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
After trying the running game on first down, they come to the line on second down. He'll do it himself. The ball squirts free. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. A little three-snap eye candy for the defense. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Trying play action. They're bringing heat. And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
This offensive coordinator has got to find a way to slow down this defensive end in the 4-3 scheme. You might want to start thinking about double teaming him with a tight end, maybe using a running back on some chips to try to give your quarterback more time.
Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Across the 25, he's got room. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Quarterback looking for just a crack on the sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a quarterback sneak. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a one.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
First down sack pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Horvath. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. Just a better play there by the defense.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Big fullback's got it. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Navy will have to punt it away. Looking for a block. It's Gray. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point. But this is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now, holding down their end. Now get the offense rolling, put up some points on the scoreboard, and then you could really get dangerous in this ballgame.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To the air on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught for the touchdown. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense, seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him out.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead. go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UTEP is in front. They've owned the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over Cincinnati. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Just about a half minute to play in the first half. It's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Horvath. Flushed out of the pocket. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. First down, 10 yards to go. Looking to move it through the air. Pulls it in. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
This is a fullback who can be a weapon in this offense. He can block, you can hand it off to him, he can also catch the ball.
Second down coming up. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. They're trying to get to it. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds this time.
The freshman able to get home with the sack. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On second down, they'll take to the air. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last.
Unleashes one deep. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. We're ready to get it started here in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Navy offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. On the option. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Now on the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Navy will have to punt it away. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll go to the counter. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They thought maybe they could get the defense flowing the wrong way on the counter, but they were not fooled.
Get them flowing one way and then maybe hit that outside on the other side, right? But they didn't even let it get outside. They kept it right in the middle of the field, did a great job seeing it, going and getting it, being aggressive. You got to find a different way maybe to attack these guys to use their speed against them.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Well, the defense just has not had an answer for this guy working out of the slot so far. Man coverage has been tricky. He's beaten them in zone. You might want to think about bracketing him where you've got a defender on the outside and the inside to see if you can force the quarterback to go somewhere else with the ball.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Right down the middle. It's caught. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When you're a defense, you have a choice. Do you play man or do you play zone? They sat back in zone. That might change. They might change their mind and try to switch to man here shortly in the future.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Gray. That's a live ball. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. A first down for the offense. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. They'll power it inside with the fullback. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Here comes the offense on second down. The option look. Fakes his man out. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. They'll run the option. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
And the fullback, this takes me back to my days growing up, watching the fullback being on the field every single play. You don't see that anymore, but the big fella gets the football. Hey, he looks like he knew what to do with it, too. Nice little pickup, little agility, little speed, but mostly a lot of just girth and strength and just
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. Oh, Gabe, look at that toughness, just running through everybody. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Just when they're looking run, now up top. The sure hands, it's Leonard.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Navy quick to the line.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home.
Throws toward the end zone. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the fourth quarter.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Looking to throw, it's Horvath. Buying some time. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Finds his man down the middle. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Looking to throw. He makes the grab. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. He wants to throw here on second down. Into the end zone. And the ball is picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to, because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Running with power.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They'll line up for a second down play. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
To the ground, he's got it again. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Leaves it with the running back. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The hand to the running back.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
Trying to find his man on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
From the gun, running back gets the give. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Muscling ahead on third and short. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Looking downfield, it's Bowers. He'll take a shot. And the ball is intercepted. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.